What up, everybody? This the Less Than Stealthy Ninjas here. Well, two-thirds of the Less Than Stealthy Ninjas here. And we are here to bring you another Car Chronicles review. And if you're new here, us, the Less Than Stealthy Ninjas, myself, Scooter Ray, aka Scooter Lou, Cosmic Boss, aka a pup name, Cosmic Boss, and our third member, our lady ninja, Aranya Miss. We review TV shows, movies, events, wrestling events, and things like that. You know, it is normally Car Chronicles review because we usually go to the movies, and as soon as we see the movie, we record the review in the car. So, but this is the home version. Uh, and as today goes, we are here to talk about something that was disrespectful. And if you hadn't seen, it's in Boss's name. If you're familiar with the franchise, it's in Boss's name. We're talking about something disrespectful because throughout our years, especially in the 90s, especially in the 2000s, the 2010s, they have always been adaptations, reboots, remakes, re-imaging in somebody own design and things like that. And this year we've seen a couple. You know, we've had The Last of Us, which is borderline masterpiece. If it's not a masterpiece, I'm about ready to say it's gonna be show of the year.
Oh,
You know,
absolutely.
um, we have other adaptations that hit. We have other things. You know, we have things coming. But we were graced with Mindy Kaling's version of Velma, and it was Mindy Kaling and her team, and basically it was a dope retelling of the Scooby Gang, Stan Scooby, and it was them in high school. And this is their story before they became Mystery Inc. And it was 8 episodes. It was an adult cartoon, so it was going to have full of violence, full of humor, language, all of the above. Um, this is where we stop being nice. And this is where the beauty of our Car Chronicles, because we tend to tell y'all how we feel. If we like it, we like it. If we don't, we don't. If it's in the middle, we'll tell y'all. This shit right here, fam, I found nothing redeemable about this show.
Nothing. Here's the thing. I had
Turn
held
it
off.
up. Not only I'm for Todd Boss, I'm a full screen Todd Boss because he is a Scooby fan. So, Boss, take it away.
Like as Scoot just said, I am a Scooby fan. Like lifelong fam. I through through means of the open sea have every version of Scooby Doo downloaded on a hard drive. Everything. Every animated movie, every animated show, special, live action movie, everything. Been a fan since I was a kid. Watched it late at night when it would come on around 8, 9 p.m. on Cartoon Network. Like, I loved everything Scooby Doo. I don't like this. This will not be added to the collection, so my collection will stay incomplete. Like, this, I didn't think they could do a worse animated show than that one that came out on the CW like a decade and a half back, where it was just Shaggy and Scooby. I didn't think they could do worse than that. I didn't think it.
That one
And
is
looking back
Be
at
Cool was
like that one, even now, looking back on it, it's not as bad as initially thought. But this shit, because I had held off on the last 3 weeks because they were released 2 episodes each week. So I had 6 episodes to watch last night.
That's what saved them.
Right. And so everything about the show, they made every character unlikable. They made annoying jokes. Like they made, I love Family Guy. What I thought was when I was watching those 6 episodes last night, they are making Family Guy type jokes.
Wait.
Mm-hmm.
You had to binge 6 episodes?
I binged 6 episodes last night.
Bless your heart. At least I had the week buffer in between because they released it 2 a week. So at least I had that week buffer. You watched 6. Oh my God. So I know you was progressive.
Like, is Scoot, just to let you know, you are breaking up very bad. But yeah, I had to binge 6 episodes last night, episodes 5 through 10. And I'll say this. As I was saying, they made every character horrible. The jokes were stupid and or annoying. They were it's like they were trying to make Family Guy type jokes, but they didn't have the Family Guy writing and also the cutaways to just make the jokes pop. Like it was.
Well, not only that, I don't know if you can hear me clearly, hopefully. Not only that, everything was on the nose. Like,
yes, this show, and you're still breaking up, by the way. This show had no idea what the word subtlety meant. Nothing. No idea what the word subtlety meant. Like, of all the characters, they didn't get a single established personality trait. They made Velma, who is usually the smartest of the group, stupid. Like, stupid and self-centered and just blind, and then gave none of them really a character arc other than maybe Daphne and Norville. Maybe if you stretch out what happened to them. Yeah, if you're speaking, you're not. It's not coming through, Scoop. But like as Scoot deals with his technical difficulties, it's like just to go over the characters. Velma is obsessed with finding her missing mother. Problem with that is I did not care. I truly did not care what had happened to her mother. Like the way she was treating people throughout that show, I just didn't care if you got any kind of closure. Like, I didn't care if anything good happened to you. Like, Daphne, they made initially as a mean girl, and they, throughout the season, they gave her, like, you know, problems to, like, try and ground her. And it's like, okay. And by the end of the show, like, I was like, she was one of the least hateable characters by the end of the show. Early on, horrible. Fred did not like throughout. Annoying as all hell throughout. Norville, least hateable character. I like because he didn't do enough. He didn't. Only thing that was problem with Norville is that he didn't have any idea of self-worth. That's all you can really say. He tried to help his friends too much, that he was blinded by his own wants and needs. I'm sure if you've not heard of this show, but you've heard of Scooby Doo, Scooby the dog, the Great Dane, Scooby Doo, is not in this show. And what pissed me off was I think it was episode 7. when they brought out that mad scientist trick shit, and it was Project Scooby? That had nothing to do with the dog? And then I was like, y'all can't be doing this. And I also had another thought, like, just to spoil it, there was this scientist that was switching brains of people. I'm sitting here thinking they're going to take the brain of a human and put it in a dog, and that's how we were going to get Scooby. And if they would have done that, they didn't, by the way, that would have been the end. I would have stopped watching. There would be episodes remaining I would have missed. But there was so many problems with this show. It's tragic what was going on with this show. Oh, like every joke that Velma made was just on the nose, or like it's like, and not funny. Like you shouldn't be extrapolating on something you like, not extrapolating. You shouldn't be adding on.
Is my audio better?
Still a little zapping Rogerish.
Damn it.
Like you shouldn't be adding on to your previous statement if you like make a joke or something like that. Like it should, like you have to know when to let something end and just stew, if that makes sense.
What about now?
That's clear. You're clear now.
Okay. Bet.
Oh man, like, and here's the thing. I'm sure the biggest thing y'all probably heard about this show is that they changed the ethnicities of the characters. Here's the thing. None of that brought any kind of, made the show a negative in any light. Like making Norval black, Velma South Asian, Indian, making Daphne Asian, I believe she was Chinese.
They didn't really fully say.
They didn't fully expand on that, but like Daphne was Asian, Velma was Indian, South Asian, Norval was black, or Fred was white, Scooby not in the show. It's none of that brought any negativity to the show. Like, well, I mean, like, you know, probably everybody that didn't watch it, like the racists and the bigots didn't like it for whatever reason. But none of them changing the ethnicities of the character affected the show.
Not at all.
What affected the show was the writing. End all be all. That it is entirely the writing, because it was well voice acting. I'm looking at the list here. Like Constance Wu as Daphne, love Constance Wu. Like Yvonne Orji as Gigi, Nicole Byer, Carrie Walgren, Sam Richardson, Jane Lynch, Russell Peters. Like, there's a lot of good people. Frank Welker, who played Fred for fucking ever. Like, they even threw a little throwback to Shaggy's original voice actor, Casey Kasem, with a little thing and a little tribute in there. But he's been gone for almost a decade now. So, and they throw in little references for nostalgia. Like the Mystery Machine was in there, but they made fun of it, and it wasn't the colors. It was an all-white van, which made no sense.
Yeah, and then not only that, it wasn't just an all-white van, but it was like creepily all-white. Like
creepily all-white. Like they even made fun of it. Like the first joke they made is like it was a rape van. Sorry. Like it was one of those. Like,
yeah,
like that was the main joke. First joke they made about it.
Well, and then kind of just to go off of what you were saying. Am I still clear?
Oh, you're very clear now. Yeah.
Okay. And to even go off of what you're saying, the biggest issue the comedy. Like, who is this for?
Right. Like, here's the thing. I will say this: 10 episodes, and I'm looking on IMDb now. The highest rated episode is the last one, episode 10, at 3.6 out of 10.
Oh my God.
3.6.
Damn.
The comedy in this show, I will say, I may have chuckled, not laughed. You may have gotten a giggle or a chuckle out of me twice.
I can agree. And the thing is, too, I'm now, for those out there, I'm not familiar with Mindy Kaling's comedy like that. Other than me knowing her from The Office, I didn't watch none of her other projects. So I don't know, is this her style of comedy? But everything was just too on the nose. Everything was just so, because like even what Boss was saying with the comedy, it'll be stuff like, oh, I hope the killer doesn't kill me because, I'm such a beautiful girl with big perky breasts and a nice round butt. And it was like,
right.
What's
like,
all the extra stuff
like,
for?
What was that one of Daphne's friends? Orla, Olga, something. The tall blonde one.
Yeah.
Like, when spoiler alert, when they found Velma's mother, they took her to the hospital.
We can spoil all we want. Yeah, we can spoil all we want.
When they found Velma's mother and they took her to the hospital, she was there talking about, like, they just re-added her butt implants, and she was like, hopefully nothing happens to it. They come busting through the door, knock her to the ground. She stands up. Oh, they're still there. Some other people come busting through the door and they fly at the screen. It's like you see it coming because they announce it's coming.
Well, not only that, but like I was saying to Taiki B one time, the bad part about this show, especially with it being on HBO Max, we have another example of a more adult telling of another show in Harley Quinn, and Harley Quinn is fucking amazing.
Right. I was thinking this was going to be just like that from the same people that made Harley Quinn. I thought it was going to be just like that, and I thought it was going to be great. And it is just not. Like, and to Scoop's question, Mindy Kaling is best known for being one of the lead writers of The Office. So, like, some people could argue, because I still have not watched the American Office, whatever.
Oh no, Office is an amazing show.
Right, like she is one of the
most of it.
She is one of the lead writers that contributed a lot to the show. You could argue that without her, it probably wouldn't have been as successful as it was. But that's like
and I think also too. I think the worst thing, honestly, was the fact that it was using the Scooby Doo property, and it's not so much, we're not used to seeing Norval this way, or we're not used to seeing Daphne, Fred, or Velma this way. It was the way they made them, and it was like, where's the redeemable quality? Because like the thing is, if you're looking at this show as this is how they were before they became the Scooby Gang, you're thinking to yourself, where is the redeemable quality in any of them? Like nobody is going to drastically change that much that fast. Because like even with Velma and the glasses, it was her mom's glasses. Velma didn't even need glasses.
Right. She was like, she didn't need glasses at all.
Like for instance, Fred is not wearing the ascot yet because he's not wearing the ascot yet. Daphne, she was this self-conceited hot girl that realized maybe being popular ain't what it all used to be. It's like these things. Norval, he's this welcome. I mean, he's this person you could just walk all over to and from, wipe your feet on him. Dave Chappelle, F your couch.
But now and then he's everything Shaggy isn't. He's not gluttonous. He would never do drugs. How dare you recommend I do anything illegal? You know, like I don't see how this is supposed to work.
It's like looking at every character. It's like they took the entire history of Scooby Doo and they wanted to make each character the reverse of what they had been perceived as. So
I can see that.
So
I can see
essentially,
that.
everybody knows Daphne was always danger prone. In the original shows, she was always falling into the traps, always getting grabbed by the henchmen and the monsters and the ghosts and everything. In this one, there was a whole episode centered around self-defense that she won by kicking everybody's ass. So that, Fred was the leader. He wasn't the smartest person of the group, but he was the leader. He helped make the plans. He helped keep the team in line. This one, he is a child. He gets accused of murder. And the defense's idea is to make it seem like this, we'll say 15, 16, 17-year-old boy
is a man child.
Has the mind of a 4-year-old. He can't cut meat with a knife and fork. He doesn't know how to take care of himself or go to the restroom by himself or even dress himself. He's like a complete child. Velma was supposed to be the smartest one of the group, devising plans, deducing clues and all that. And here she is, and selfless. And she's self-centered, selfish, and stupid.
Well, it wasn't the fact that she was stupid. It was more the fact of it was the self-centered and selfishness. Cause she was she had the smarts of Velma, but it was her selfishness and self-centeredness and her not being able to read the room.
Right.
That's what it was.
She was so blindly focused on finding her mom, which again, they never gave you a reason to care. Never. Because if she was so annoying and stupid, I didn't care if she was happy. I didn't care.
And then too, not only that, but it didn't help that it's the name of the show. And this is the character we're supposed to care about.
Right.
We're supposed to care about Velma because the show is named after her. But it's is the joke that she's such a horrible person that we're not supposed to care? What's the ha-ha here?
Right.
What's the ha-ha? Because I didn't see it nor get it, and I hate that it got greenlit for a season 2 because now I'm thinking to myself,
it's amazing how this got greenlit for season 2. I don't know what kind of Mindy Kaling has to have the pull of all the white people she insulted in this show. Now, some of the jokes, she made she wasn't a head writer she and some other, I forget old buddy's name, but she and this other dude co-wrote this show.
Mm-hmm.
But they touched on white privilege and this and what white men get. The whole episode of The Killer at the Carnival, the Fall Festival, was written around what happens, what men and white men can get away with. And it's okay, yeah, we know that. We know that's a real thing. But
it's too on the nose. It was just too
on the nose.
It wasn't skated around comedic. It was oh, you're really discriminating against us girls because we're women? Yes. That's exactly what we're doing. That's literally the jokes. Yes.
Here, case in point. She disguised herself as a man, walked through the line up to, because at this festival, girls cannot get in without a date. That's a stupid rule in any society. But she walked up there dressed as a man. The cop, who was probably one of the only decent people in this show, was like, Daphne's moms and the sheriff were there, and he was like, "You look kind of familiar." She just went nut tap, smacked his nuts, and he went to the ground like, try the true man greeting. And I'm sitting like, for who? Ain't nobody tapping my balls. And that's not even like to say it's like homophobic, gay, or anything like that. It's just, I have never seen another dude greet somebody else by slapping their balls. Never. I've never seen that. And it's just like,
and if it's a thing you do, keep it away from me.
Right. And then like in that same episode,
because I'll fight.
She is crowned king of the Fog Festival just for doing the worm once on the dance floor.
Yeah, like I said, it wasn't cleverly hidden jokes. Like it wasn't like a show like Atlanta, where Atlanta kind of made you think in the guys with the comedy, or just like other just comedic shows. Everything was just so on the nose. It was just like Boss was saying, everything was like, and the thing was that, I mean, at this point, thank God they really didn't get racist or racial with it. But it was very, oh, this woman just said this idea, but this guy just said the same thing. Oh, so we're going to listen to the guy because the guy said it and not the woman. Or it was like, oh, only people who drive vans like this are people who like to essay kids and things like that. And it was like, why is everything said so direct?
It's like it's like in good comedies, they give you a puzzle and then you just need the final piece to put the joke together yourself. They don't give it to you. You just put it together by thinking. This one, they just put a picture in your face and say like, "Ha, get it?" And it's just like,
exactly.
It's not funny. And like Scoop just said, that same episode, she got on stage to talk about, the killer is not a ghost, it's a serial killer. And it's like, oh, and her dad was there with his new wife. Velma's dad was there with his new wife. And he was like, my daughter has been saying that for the past some weeks, but since it's coming from a man, I believe you more. What?
And that's supposed to be funny.
Right. That is supposed to be funny. It's like, I understand like what they're getting at, and I understand these issues in real life, but you can't just be in your face blatant with it.
Well,
like,
no.
Let's come to the conclusion.
It's not so much in your face blatant with it. Don't do it with this property. If this was some original show that you wanted to do this with, that's fine. You took the Scooby Doo property and did this with. Like honestly, this would have been like, oh, Last of Us is a comedy. Last of Us is a what now?
Here's the thing.
Like wait, did you just say the Last of Us is gonna be a comedy? What you mean?
Here's the thing though.
You know,
I understand your point, and I don't fully agree with it because the live action movies touched on it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like they touched on these adult themes better than this show ever could.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I understand they wanted to make an adult Scooby Doo show, but
once again, in the movies, they were adults.
They were adults, and it came across like what adults were going through. In this, it's like they wrote to stupid children.
I don't even want to put it on that. I don't know who this show is for.
I don't know who they were targeting. I'm right there with you. I don't know who they were targeting, because if you love Scooby Doo, the only thing that they give you is that these are the characters, but these aren't your characters because they completely reversed them. There's sprinkles of the past shows in here. Like if you look in the background, you can see like some of the original designs of the Scooby Doo characters, like when in one credit scene, Fred was walking through the House of Mirrors, and there was his original cartoon design in one of the mirrors. Or there was some of the monsters like the clown and Captain Cutler and the caveman. And like some of these were in the background. And it's just like, or the Project Scooby shit. And it's just like, they were giving you tiny bits of nostalgia. But nobody who likes Scooby Doo is going to enjoy this show. And the people who don't like Scooby Doo and or don't know the property that well aren't going to like this show.
And so if you do like Scooby Doo and you do happen to like this show, what are you seeing?
Right. If you see this, like, and you got this far, please let us know what we missed. Like, let me know what I missed.
All in all, what Boss and I have been just saying in 30 minutes, don't watch this, fam. And you know, I don't, and once again, if you get this far, it has nothing to do with the fact that a woman wrote this show or a woman of color wrote this show. It's just not good. And the thing is that it's universally getting panned. Like,
critics, fans, I don't know how this got a second season. Like
Mindy Kaling at some point gonna have to explain this.
Like, to put this on another network, if this had been put on Fox, regular TV, this would have been canceled before the first episode came out. If this had been Netflix, after people would have reacted to the first two episodes, it would have been cut. Like, I mean, Netflix would have sliced it up in pieces.
The only thing that truly saved this show, and I think I was messing up, my feed was messing up. The only thing that saved this show was that they was releasing 2 episodes weekly. Had this been dropped all at one time, this would have been the most bombed show in history, because out the gate, within the first 5 minutes of the show, you're kind of like, what the fuck am I watching? Then when you get to the payoff of everything, you like, what the fuck did I just watch?
Here's the thing. And like, I will say this. There was one episode I found the most watchable out of all 10.
Oh, really?
Like, you know, just to be honest. I'm going to be honest. There was one episode I found the most watchable, and that was the one they went out to the woods and they got stuck in the ravine.
I can agree with you on that.
And they were doing the flashbacks and shit, and they were talking about like the whole, like the flashbacks within a flashback. I was like, okay.
Well, hold on. And even in that, it was too on the nose. Wait, don't you do that thing where somebody else's story intersect with this story and you gotta rewind back in time? It was like, oh my God.
And they did it at the beginning. Like what one of Daphne's moms was talking like, oh, I hate when they do the subtitles on the flashbacks. And they were like, oh, that's very Tarantino-esque. It's artsy. And then they just immediately interrupted Velma. She was like trying to get something out of the story. And it went to a flashback. And every flashback after that had subtitles. And each one they went to subsequently after had more words in the subtitles. It was just like, this is not funny, fam. Like, I can even remember the biggest chuckle I got out of this show. Like I said, once or twice, when that sheriff, when they instituted the curfew and they had the band sleep over, when he hit Velma with that car, I chuckled.
Okay, that was kind of funny because he did plug her, and it was like, damn.
Look, he was full on stopped. Like, he stopped to look down the alley. She was in front of the car, maybe 6-7 feet away. She was like, hi, Sheriff, I'm out of curfew. Blah, blah, blah. He stared at her and was like, hit the gas. And then bumped her and knocked her 10 feet. I chuckled. That was a good joke. But every time somebody else spoke in this show, just like,
But all in all, look, we're just 2 people of many. if you want to watch it, check it out. You can get your own thoughts and reviews. Like, we're not going to deter you, especially if you got HBO. And now that all the episodes are out, you can binge all 8. But
look, I'm not going to recommend this show to you.
No.
If you want to watch it, go watch it. Come back and tell us what you thought, whether you liked it or you didn't. Like, you could use our comment section to just lay into it. Yeah. Whatever. We don't care. Like, here's the thing, though. We hate watch this show because neither of us liked it from episode 1 on. We hate watched it, so you don't have to. If they continue on.
Not only hate watched it, but this show was so bad that had it not been for my love of Scooby Doo and the love of wanting to see who the villain is, I could have walked away after the first 2 episodes and would not have the inkling to want to go back.
Right. And it was like, here's the thing. If they continue with season 2 and it actually gets made, I'm leaning towards watching it for a couple of reasons.
You might be solo on that, my brother.
I understand. For a couple of reasons. One, I don't think they can salvage it. I don't think this is going to last at HBO past the 2nd season if it does end up happening. 2, I want to see if they actually bring Shaggy a dog. If they give that boy a Great Dane and he names it Scooby, or however he gets a pooch, if they somehow give Velma the dog, like
I could totally see that.
Here's what I think is going to happen in season 2. We'll check back here on 2/14/23. Whenever the 2nd season comes out, if it comes out, probably 2025, whatever. I think they're going to, if they do introduce Scooby Doo, he's going to be a puppy or he'll be a rescue. He'll go to Velma somehow, some way, because this show likes to do all kinds of stupid shenanigans. He'll go to Velma somehow, some way. She'll use him as an apology chip to Norville in some way, probably early in the season.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's the only 2 reasons why I'll probably watch this 2nd season.
But
if they do it like this one, it'd probably just be the first 2 episodes just to see where it'll go.
But to be honest with you, the fact that Boss and I gave you almost 40 minutes of going in is crazy enough. Because there's nothing redeemable. And the thing is too, it's so just like I said, I mean, I don't know what it is. Like, I've been really trying to figure out who was this for? What was the comedy? Like, who was this for overall? What was the comedy aimed for? It seemed like y'all was just slapping this adult rating just to be adult.
Right.
How is it you made none of the Scooby Gang? But I really want Mindy Kaling to come out and kind of discuss this. Because, I want to know what's the thought process.
I know over this next year, she's going to get in interviews. If she does do these interviews, and some people are going to ask her about the decisions around this show. And we'll see at that point if she gives any insight or if she throws people under the bus. Because I don't know if she's the showrunner. I
don't know. But yeah, that was Velma, everybody. I mean,
okay, hold on. Here we go.
Okay, hold on.
Series writing credits: Charlie Grandy, 10 episodes, developed by. He written 3 of the episodes. Mindy wrote none of these episodes.
Really?
None of them.
Well,
it's all Charlie Grandy, Akshara Sakar, Elijah Aaron, Stephanie Ritter, might be related to John, who knows, Joe and William Hannah and Barbera, who have been long dead, but they probably still got to give them credit.
Yeah, they do because it's their property. Yeah, it's their properties.
Stephanie Johnson, Jenna Simmons, and Matt Warburton. You might be related to Patrick, who knows? But
whoever, this shit is trash, fam. This shit, you know what? If you still made it here, you about to just this shit is ass, fam.
There you go.
Cheeks.
She was executive producer on 10 episodes.
Cheeks, butt cheeks, ass, trash. We out. Look, Velma. No, it ain't it, fam.
Look, it's like the meme out there. It's like HBO and the executives and probably Mindy and whoever else is involved in the show is like, they don't like Velma like we thought. And it's Homer and Bart Simpson, and Homer's like, no, they don't like your version of Velma.
Exactly. They're like your version.
Right. Like, because every other version of Velma is beloved. Like,
yeah.
Like, it's, oh, man.
Cheeks. Look, on behalf of Pup Name, Cosmic Boss, Scootaloo, Run Your Miss, Less Than Stealthy Ninjas, this CCR is coming to a close. We out. I feel we gave this show a big enough platform, more than it deserves. You be the judge ultimately. If you watch it, you like it. If you watch it and hate it,
Charlie Brandy is the developer and creator, so he's the showrunner. So
yeah,
Mindy is not in charge. So look, we need answers, fam, because
we need answers from somebody. But
we'll check y'all later, man.
But yeah, this look, Ant-Man's coming, so you will have a CCR.
Right, you gonna get another one after that. We gonna be there probably.
And don't forget at some point. Look, check us out with Last of Us. That's a great adaptation. Check us out with that. But like I said, myself, Scootaloo, Cosmic Boss, Run Your Miss, Less Than Stealthy Ninjas. We out. Peace.